Alright, Blasted Lands feedback. This is a new 54 to 58 zone in Cataclysm, and once again playing on my Worgen Rogue, Jinglebell, who is level 55 now. He's a combat rogue with these talents and glyphs. Just into level 55, tiny bit of rested there, so I've also got heirlooms, and the guild perk fast track, 10% rank 2 there. Now, the cool thing that I've noticed so far about Blasted Lands, without even questing at all, is the fact that there's a very cool little progression going on in the zones in the Eastern Kingdoms. The way it works is you come down from Swamp of Sorrows, which I've already done, and you advance basically up from Burning Steps, which is, I think it's 50 to 52, down into the swamp, which is 52 to 54, and then down into Blasted Lands to level 58, which is pretty nice because when you get to 58 you can just go straight into Outlands, so it's really nicely kind of done. You're just here ready, and presumably the lore ties in really well with Outlands quests in general, so it kind of just flows nicely like that. I'll be interested to see how the quest changed up in this area, because in the original game it was one of the most grindy zones. A lot of quests telling you to go and kill God knows how many beasts for their different body parts, which I believe back in the day was part of something called Blasted Lands buffs, which even stacked in raids, so for some time people had to grind those out for their molten core runs. Sad times that won't be missed. So anyway, I'm here now. I'm going to pick up some quests and get started. Very bizarre moment here, going through a gate that never existed, down towards the coast that never existed. So this is quite interesting already. I've got to go kill some scouts and scout out some ships down here on the coast. But I mean, that's pretty nice. I mean, you come down here and it's like this expansive thing that was never there before, with ships strewn all about the place. Just finding the scout here, outside the keep. This actually looks like a rogue that can wear plate, so that's a pretty bizarre concept. There's a cool little bit of animation going on when you kill these, or free these Gilnean spirits. There you go. That's pretty cool, nice little effect. The other fun quest here is, which you can see the shadows of the dark tail kind of vultures that are flying above there. So I've just made a little macro to just target them easily, and then you get to use this bow and arrow to just totally one-shot them, which is awesome. This does seem a little bit easy, I must say. I'm just standing here and clicking. Oh, that one didn't work quite so well. This is a nice little fun area on the other side of the keep. You know, I'm chucking grenades at boxes. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that, does it? There does seem to be a few bugs going on with mini-map quest turn-ins. They seem to think that I want to hand them all in at the barn or stable over there, when in fact they're in here in the keep. I'm not totally convinced about Cataclysm's kind of idea that we can mount anywhere, like indoors. It just seems a bit rude. So if you were wondering why these are the Blasted Lands, these shadow-sworn occultists apparently have a spell called Scorched Earth, which simply reads blast the land, so that's what's doing all the blasting of the land there. and you can see that they're doing it there. Damn you and your land blasting. Urgh. These scouts get a bit annoying when you're coming in and out of the keep after a while, you know. You do the quest earlier on to kill one and they're still just kind of hiding around outside constantly after that. This is a pretty cool idea. This guy, Sharim, gives out quests inside a cave, the Serpent's Coil, that's full of mobs, but there's a teleporter thing that you can get in and out easily with. So you're not like constantly fighting your way through to hand them in and so on. So these are the quests that used to be for Blasted Lands buffs, killing boars and basilisks and hyenas and all sorts for their various different drops. It's been livened up quite a lot now. If you don't kill these boars fast enough, they go berserker's mode on you, turn into hellboars, gain melee speed, and the drop rates, you know, they seem a lot better. Haven't really had much problem yet. I've only killed a few and I've got a couple. Nearly finished the basilisk part. Whereas before, you know, it could easily take hours to complete this, so it looks very nice. So I've just been collecting amulets for the gnome in the cave there, and I've spoken to a murloc who sent me on a quest down to here to speak to this fellow here. But it's kind of cool when you come around the corner, you see that there's this massive sort of convoy of murlocs carrying crates, kind of slave driven by the Naga, which is, you know, it looks pretty cool. It's like you come around the corner and it's suddenly like, oh, what's going on over there? So it makes you want to sort of find out. And the obvious outcome of that is go and murder some Naga. Now this is quite interesting. I just found this abandoned crate with some murloc tadpoles, and there's sort of options to leave them to fend for themselves or help them out. So that's not a nice kind of thing. It's a bit like, do you take the good path or the bad path? I'm going to help them, see what happens. I haven't really considered my actions on a greater sort of scale yet. I mean, I've just helped murloc tadpoles. I mean, obviously because they're just tadpoles and they're pretty defenceless, but at the end of the day they're going to grow into terrifying killing machines. This is pretty funny stuff. They've got Gambler Naga betting on the little murloc gladiators in the arena there. That's pretty hilarious. It's pretty cool how this area around the Dark Portal has been expanded with collecting demon blood and mining these bits of granite. Something that I was just thinking about is that while this dude in the cave here is really cool in that he teleports you past all the mobs so you don't have to fight your way through to him every time, is that there's still a lot of quests where you go all over the place, and wouldn't it be a cool idea if the other bloodstone was just in your inventory and you could just port right back? I mean, maybe that's too easy, but to me it just feels like running back and forth to this cave a lot more times than I've run anywhere else, including the keep or the murloc fellow down there. Just an idea, really. It's nice that they've added this tainted forest area, kind of a Gilnean themed area, because before there was just nothing here. I like the fact that we're killing boglords. Obviously the Dark Portal's quite close. These guys are from Outlands, so it makes total sense that now that there's a swamp here, these guys have come through and trying to do their whole boglord kind of thing to the area with the massive shrooms. Very scary stuff. To be honest, this quest to collect these weird items from mobs over here in the Tainted Forest, it seems like a bit of a grind. The drop rates aren't great. I've completed the zone then. It's level 58, 7 and a bit bars in. That's with the heirlooms and everything the whole time. The zone as a whole is a lot more kind of fleshed out, a lot more cool things happening, so it's really good. Thanks very much.